Hello, I'm Jodie Rogers and I'm a Partner Technology Strategist.
Hi, I'm Phil Harvey. I'm a Cloud Solution Architect for Data and AI. You've got to sort out your data estate, and you may look at that in terms of building a data practice first before you start to look at an AI practice. You can activate around data as well as AI, and you can do something with AI on top of your data practice and something to enhance your existing data practice. The key thing to remember in that is that AI eats data. So if we look again at the practices that Jodie talked through, you can start to identify data sets all the way from customer data through to ad server data, industry data, all the way through to IoT and super sensors. These data sets may be available to you to start exploring both from a data practice, an insight, and an AI practice. And again, those data sets may be apparent in any of the practices or processes that you have. To focus in on the foundation of account management, strong relationships, and experience and knowledge, Azure is built on a number of principles around being enterprise focused, it's open and flexible, as well as being trusted and secure, that is extremely complementary to the foundations of your digital agency. When you're looking at practice building, as opposed to enhancing an existing practice, you've got to build that on two foundations. Firstly, the ability to act. Secondly, the access to technology. And we hope you choose Microsoft Azure as that technology platform. Then you'll look at where you have access to data, as we've described, and you'll need to understand the quality of that data, as well as the access to talent within your organization or within the market who can do things with that data. You've also got to look at how your business is structured. Do you have the availability of R&D within your business, or do you need to look for a partner to help you with that? Then you want to look at the proximity to an existing practice and the experience of that talent within your organization. Across these 6 areas, built on the access to technology and the ability to act, you will find the new practice that you can build. All based around data, you can consider 2 areas of value. Firstly, that data gives us new ways of knowing and new things to know. You may call that insight or planning or advisory, as we heard, all the way through to making your software smarter through AI. That process, the 3-step process we talked about before, can be broken down further. Getting your data estate in order, securing your data estate is as important now as it's ever been, more so moving into the future. You've got to understand the data. You've got to be able to explore it and find different and interesting areas to uncover insight. You've got to capture and source new data, because when you start looking at AI, you find there are things missing in the data set that you've got. You need to enhance and build applications to derive value for your customers, either through AI or through insight on the data. An AI practice or a data practice can be seen as a cycle that starts off with the identification of an opportunity and how that can be turned into customer value. You then need to work out which data and what kind of insights you're going to drive. You also need to understand how you'll operationalize the solution. You then have the first project where you think, apply and test all of the different technologies and things that are available to you. And then you repeat the cycle, because if you do it once, it would be a project and there's value to be got there. If you do it in a cycle and continually enhance the value that you deliver to your customer, that would be a practice. Data goes on a journey through a number of steps in an organization. These steps are made up of technological choices, but also understanding about the business. And that goes all the way from data sourcing to ingest to reporting. There are various common terms used around the industry, such as data engineering and data science, and they map to different parts of this journey. To create a data practice, you don't have to do all of these processes. You can specialize around individual sections of that journey to add value. It might be that you're a data ingest specialist who gets data from other places for your customers, and it might be that you're a reporting or an analysis specialist who is able to derive value from data that customers already hold. There's nothing to stop you, of course, building a practice across the full suite, especially when you have that systematic access that Jody described earlier. There are some examples of data practices from data warehousing, looking after people's data for them, all the way through to IoT practices where you have devices in the field, maybe recording things from your customer's retail store. Microsoft has technology across the full range of that data journey to help you build the practice that's suitable for your business. So we have on the left-hand side the data sources, and the right-hand side places to activate. There's technology for data orchestration through Data Factory or Event Hubs. There's IoT Hub to help you manage IoT devices. Places to store data from SQL Server 2017 through Cosmos DB for NoSQL data use cases, all the way through to Data Lake Store for storing a petabyte or more of data in a single file, all the way through to thousands of files that are generated from multiple sources. We have a full suite of machine learning capabilities to help you build machine learning models, everything from Machine Learning Server within SQL Server, all the way through to Machine Learning Workbench and the Experimentation and Model Management Service to help you scale out that experimentation workflow. If you wish to use infrastructure as a service, there are virtual machine images such as the data science or deep learning virtual machine that enable you to fire up an environment full of common Microsoft and open source tools to allow data scientists to do their work. There's also big data and analytics tools from HD Insight, which is the Apache stack for big data, including Spark and Kafka and things like that, all the way through Stream Analytics for on-stream SQL-like queries, through to analysis services that Jody mentioned earlier. R and Python as common and popular open source data science and machine learning tools are available across the stack, whether that's in the virtual machines, within SQL Server and Machine Learning Server itself, all the way through to the ability to use that in Data Lake Analytics when using data in Data Lake Store. When you wish to operationalize the results of all that hard work, you could use Bot Framework or functions or a serverless environment. Jody also mentioned Power BI for visualization, a very powerful way of raising up that insight, whether it's from your data practice or from your machine learning activities, and cognitive services, as we heard, pre-built AI to allow you to take advantage of Microsoft's data sets and machine learning capabilities. We have a number of partners who have given case studies that you can find on customers.microsoft.com who talk through the reasons that you might choose Azure. There are videos and architectures within there. For example, this architecture, which shows you how different elements are put together for a particular partner. They're happy to share these with us in a case study, which has a number of benefits all the way from potentially cost through to speed, through to flexibility of storage. There are lots of tools in the box, which means there's a lot of flexibility for you to choose the solution that's right for you. And we have many partners, and Microsoft ourselves will be happy to help you if you need any assistance. So just going back to checking on that journey that Jody first mentioned. First of all, you need to sort your data estate out, and that means it's secure and flexible. You can use that data estate to provide insights to your customers. Providing insight means you need to work out where to activate to maximize value. That could be through advanced analytics, visualization, or through the use of AI, which is our third step. And as you saw, Satya is very keen that every developer has access to artificial intelligence tools. When building an AI practice, it's important to understand what you actually mean by machine learning and AI. So historically, software was used for the automation of manual tasks. From software, whether it was through capture screens or otherwise, data was generated, which gave us the field of analytics, which, as you know, we've got plenty of tools to help with, from Power BI through to R for advanced analytics. That helps humans make decisions. Human learning, as a cyclic process, develops over continued understanding of the changing nature of analytics. The key point is that people are able to activate that knowledge into decisions to make changes in the market. Big data is just more data from more sources as the volume grows that was first of all fed into that analytics process through tools like Hadoop. The automation of learning from data is where machine learning comes in. The result of machine learning is a model, which is a new piece of software. That piece of software is able to make a decision and take action for you. So on the one hand, you have software-derived data, and the other side, you have data-derived software. For machine learning to become artificial intelligence, you need to connect it through to action. Human intelligence is manifested by the mind taking action in some environment. Machine learning is artificial intelligence when it is able to take action for you, the automation of taking action in an environment. So when you're building an AI practice, again, you're looking for an opportunity and customer value. You want to have data sorted out, but this time you're looking at a different set of algorithms. You're looking at a set of algorithms that derive a model or a piece of software from that data. You still need to do the inner circle of applying those algorithms to data, and you still need to generate a practice or a project by completing the outer circle. AI projects could be data science with machine learning. It could be a conversational interface where artificial intelligence is choosing what the machine says back to the user. It could be insight generation, or again, it could be applied to the Internet of Things. So you have to ask yourself, where do you have access to data? Where are you able to activate against the data and the customer value that you're looking to enhance? When considering the analytics process, you can tie together a data practice and an AI practice. You can start off with descriptive analytics that talks about what is happening in the scope of influence of an organization. You can talk about diagnostic analytics, which break down the reasons and the underlying data sets for why things happened. Predictive analytics is where you start to use machine learning to predict what will happen next. And prescriptive analytics is when you tell people what to do based on that prediction. Now, this can be very powerful. Carnival Cruises, for example, have managed to save $5.2 million based on understanding the water usage on their ships. The space is wide open to apply machine learning and data to a whole set of new projects and new practices across many industries. So to help here, Microsoft have released a number of practice playbooks, including an AI practice playbooks. Check them out at aka.ms/practice playbooks.
You can also reach out to us at agencies@microsoft.com if you'd like to get started. Thank you for listening.